welcome to Wednesday Wisdom. I am Silver Leader Beverly Banks and assistant to all, and this is the wonderful Elizabeth Rose, Gold Leader.
Happy Wednesday.
Okay, so we are in Florida together, hanging out at my house, and just coming up with some great, like, Young Living thoughts and ideas and marketing and all of that other good stuff. And it is a great week around the house because the children have returned to school, which means that my life actually takes on an actual schedule. And so that's always really nice, I think. Not because I don't like my kids around, but just because it like lends itself to better scheduling. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes you need that thing. I don't know what I'm going to do when my kids are out of school. It is my son's senior year, so it is his last year of school this year, and then it is the second to last for my daughter. So it's kind of interesting.
It's just amazing how they're growing up. I remember
Right?
when Emma and Eric were like babies, like I was just carrying them around the house type of thing.
That's right. I know. We've known each other a long time. I actually knew your mom before either one of them were born.
Yeah, I
So
remember you were pregnant with one of them. I think that's when I first met you.
it's so funny.
Amazing.
Um,
Life.
right? Well, your mom had my baby shower for Emma at her house. So
Aw,
it's probably that one.
that's amazing. Yeah, well, Emma's your youngest. I'm gonna grab that and bring it over to put my computer on.
Okay.
We're trying
Sounds
to
like a
figure
plan.
out this whole little setup here, guys.
So speaking of trying to get back into summer with the kids at school, we thought we would do today's Wednesday Wisdom on how to get back in the groove after summer, okay? Because I do think that even if you don't have kids who are at school, summer does have this crazy calming effect, okay?
Oh yeah.
And there's just something about it, especially if you live in Florida. Oh, goodness, like you are on the beach every day and just soaking in the sun. And so it can be a little bit hard to get focused. But what I really love to do, the pace that I love to live for my own life, is I really like to kind of lock in and do really, really, really good work during the school year. So from August through May. And that way I have time to travel from, in June and July and like the first half of August. And so if I do it right, if I play my cards right, I can get in some really good travel, but also keep building my Young Living business. Um, so Elizabeth, what do you
Yeah.
think about that?
Well, I would totally agree. And here's what's interesting. Yesterday, I literally took probably 6 hours to come up with my fall schedule. And so as soon as I fly home on Saturday, come Monday, I'm like hitting the road running.
Yes, I'm
Um,
gonna grab my little book.
and it's so fun because, Young Living is like a huge part of what I do, full-time job, basically. And at the same time, like I love music and I just scheduled a Christmas concert. So I'm already thinking, okay, when do we need to schedule practices? When do I need to do personal rehearsal time? What are the set things that just have to be in the schedule and every week they're the same time? What are the things you have to get done, but they can flex throughout the week or
Mhm.
throughout a day type of thing? And so I just thought that today we could actually utilize this blog that I wrote, and maybe we could pull it up, Bev, so we
Yeah.
can put a link in the chat. If you just go to lifewithrose.com.
And actually, I'm going to show you guys
Slash, I
this
don't know.
because Elizabeth's blog is amazing, and I think it is a fantastic resource.
Yeah.
So what I do is I go to Life with Rose. I'm actually surprised it's not my little saving.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll go to
Dot
.com
com.
instead of just going straight to the blog.
Sure,
Okay, so this
sure.
is her website, lifewithrose.com, and then you just select blog,
Mm-hmm.
and then she has all of these lovely little blogs in here.
I know the Moisture Bomb one is new. If you love my Moisture Bomb recipe, I did a brand new blog on it. Keep going a little bit right there.
Boom. We
Ta-da!
actually wrote this to just tell you how prevalent this is. We wrote this August 11th of last year,
Yeah,
and it was also like either right before or right after the kids went to school. I can't remember which one it is, but it's just so good to just kind of get back in the groove, right? So whenever you are trying to get back into the groove of something, I think it's great to sit down and have a really good planning session.
yeah.
And that's what Elizabeth and I did. Now, I know there's always a big question about planners. I actually like my planner to be a student planner because it will run from June through August, and then they always have the extra month of July back there. Okay. So it has a little overlap. Now, the reason why I love the student planners is not just because my life right now tends to fall in line with what the school schedule is, but
Mm-hmm.
it's because the Young Living International Convention, or though I guess this year they're doing it regionally, so it was just the Americas Convention, but it tends to fall in either June or July, and that always seems to restart and re-energize my year. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like when I go to the Young Living Convention, I come back and I feel like I'm ready to sit down and plan the next year. We know what the new products are going to be, we know what some of the new policies are going to be, and things like that. And I think it just really works out well when we do it that way. As far as what planner to get, I know that's a huge one. Lots of Young Living leaders actually print their own. You guys, I am so, I don't want to say boring, but I pick up my planner every single year from Target. And the only things that I really like to have as part of my calendar is I want to make sure that it has a month view.
Mm-hmm.
And then I actually like a good daily breakdown.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to the daily breakdown, I've done it both ways. I've done it to where I have a little bit of a bigger planner, and it actually guides me through like from 7 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night, and it breaks down those time sections for me.
Mm-hmm.
I found last year that I didn't really utilize it much. So what I went to this year is I just have one that has like a more of a simplified day-to-day view. Da, 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 da. So it
Mm-hmm.
has like I can write in a few of the things that I'm doing here, and then there's like this little to-do list. And I'm telling it's just a couple of bucks.
Here's what's interesting. For Christmas, somebody gave me that type of calendar.
Oh yeah?
So I tried it all of spring. And I've had those in the past, and I would just write it in. I'd do an arrow to the next thing I had to do and the next thing. But like this year, for whatever reason, from January till now, and now till the end of the year, I have to have like every 30 minutes. It's
Yeah.
so crazy because that is how optimized my time is right now. What I realized is because some of the piano lessons I'm teaching fall at the 30, like 1:30, 2:30. And so yesterday I tried to do the hourly and I thought, I can't even do hourly. I have to do every 30
So funny.
minutes.
Isn't that the way it works? Now, okay, so if your life is similar and you've got to do every 30 minutes, but you like the paper version as opposed to the digital version, which is what Elizabeth prefers, is the digital version. Um, when my life was like that and I needed to go to every 30 minutes, I actually went and got a planner that was created for hairdressers. So you can grab your hairdresser's planner. I used that for years, and it's less than 10 bucks usually. Or sometimes I would go and I would get a reservation book for a restaurant.
Hmm.
Because those reservations, sometimes they would go all the way down to 15 minutes. And it doesn't, an appointments book or a reservation book, it doesn't always have the month view, but many of them actually do. But either way, you can just write in the date at the top, and like put in stickies for the month if you want to do that.
Hmm.
But that's what I like to use if I need more of a 30-minute or 15-minute breakdown.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
So there we go. Literally, I think figure out what you need and just buy it and try to stick with that calendar. But if it doesn't work after a month, like scrap it. I know they're expensive, 20, 30 bucks usually at Office Max is what
Yes.
mine was.
This one was 7.99 at
Well,
Target.
good for you. Okay, okay. Probably, I don't know. I think my last one was 25 bucks.
Yes, they have. I have spent $25 on planners. There's actually a really good because sometimes, okay, sometimes when if you are developing the habit of having a good day, okay, and what I mean by that is waking up and doing a really good morning routine, scheduling out your day, and then closing out with some good prayer and stuff like that. Sometimes you need a little guidance. And the last planner that I got that was in that $25 range had a beautiful way of doing that. And so you would wake up and you would write down 3 to 5 things that you were grateful for. There was a spot for it right at the top of the planner. You could plan out your days. And then at the end of the day, you got to celebrate everything that you did that day. So it wasn't like this continuous to-do list where like you looked at your to-do list and you marked off the few things that you got done, but you didn't really give yourself a lot of credit for the stuff that you accomplished that wasn't on the list, right? So this planner was so good because you actually wrote down some of the things that you accomplished so that you could feel really good about yourself before your head hit the pillow.
Yeah. So there are some wonderful ones out there. And teaser for
Yep.
like a year from now, I'm actually kind of working on a calendar, but it'll be a ways out.
Well, and I would say too that I think it was Sarah Harnish came out with a planner where you could actually plan your Young Living classes in there. And then there is another one that was the Diamond Planner. And in
Hmm.
there, you would write in your organizational volume for like your top legs and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
there's a lot out there, you guys. Just kind of dig into what sounds good to you.
for sure.
Simple was what I went with because I honestly, I would just end up skipping all of
Yeah,
the other steps.
yeah.
I'd be like, oh, nope, no time for that.
Yeah.
Next.
Inevitably, I've found that like the fluffy stuff isn't exactly what I need. And so again, then so I'm like, I'm going to create my own fluffy calendar. So we'll just see if
Some
other
people love
people
it
like
though.
it, but honestly, they can be helpful if you're going to use it.
Yeah, there's
I'm
been
not,
seasons of life. I've gone through seasons of life where I've liked all of those little extra things. It just really helps me
your
keep a
water
good
tracker,
mindset.
your meal tracker, your happiness tracker.
Oh,
It's
right.
true. It's amazing. Yeah.
You see type personalities out there love those.
Oh yeah.
You do.
All the details, all the
Fill in
details.
the dot. There was one that where you would color in the little water bottles for all the water that you drink, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, what's next,
What do you
Elizabeth?
think? Okay, so here's my thought. If we're going according to the blog, one of the first things that we can do is I think we should just take a few minutes to sit down and just kind of quiet our mind and imagine stepping into the fall. Like step into your perfect fall. And what does your perfect fall look like? We are human beings and we have feelings. So, yes, allow your feelings to kind of run rampant right now. And what I mean by that is like, feel what it would feel like if your days are planned well, you have time to relax in the evenings, you're able to eat healthy meals, you're able to have some time with friends, but yet you're really productive and you're really feeling good about the progress you're making. Okay. So you could even write down a few images. Like, I imagine myself sitting by the pool on a Saturday because I've accomplished all of my to-dos during the week. And I did Winning the Week on Friday with Beverly. I'm plugging Winning the Week for us. Join us if you really want to get super good at calendarizing. That is noon Eastern on Fridays for an hour. And
It's one.
oh,
1 Eastern
right
Fridays.
your time.
Noon
Noon
your
my
time. Yeah,
time.
because you're usually in the central time
Oh,
zone.
okay, my bad. It's throwing me for a loop.
It's all right. It's
Um,
1 o'clock. 1 o'clock on
yeah.
Fridays, you guys. And I will do a better job of posting up that link into the Royal Dream Team because I usually don't, but it's on Clubhouse. It's audio only, you guys. So you
Yes.
can come in your pajamas. If you're still in your pajamas Friday at 1 o'clock, or perhaps you're overseas and that is the time to be in your
There you
pajamas.
go. There
You
you
can come
go.
anyway.
Absolutely. Okay. So picture the scenario when you're loving the people around you well and you're receiving love well. So that is an interesting thought to ponder, okay? If we can make time for the people we love and giving, love in different ways and feeling like we can receive it because we need to get filled up. Like that is a huge part of ending the week well is giving and receiving.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay. So, personally, something I like to add into the day is having prayer at the end of the day. What's really beautiful is my amazing boyfriend and we love to pray first thing in the morning and at night together. So, I mean, yes, I incorporate prayer and kind of focused, more, I guess you could call it meditation, but just thoughtfulness and pondering, I have that at different points throughout the day. But definitely taking time to just have that time of gratitude in the morning and night. And journaling, that's a thing I love to do is journal. So if you're a journaler, be sure that you are adding time for journaling in your weekly calendar. Okay. Maybe you have to do 5 minutes a day and just jot down things that happen that day. Or maybe you want to do one summary at the end of the week or like 3 times a week, whatever it is. Definitely think about what your needs are because you're going to want to add that into your calendar. Now, if we go down here, I love this where it says some basic things to prioritize. Okay. So I'm just going to read through this here. Adequate sleep, like getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep. I live right there in the middle. My body does really good with 8 hours of sleep. Healthy meals and meal prepping. Bev, you've done some great meal prepping this week. And so her kids love her because they come home from school or whatever, or, run out the door and they have food that's in the fridge.
Well,
Oh my God.
okay, let me tell you a little caveat to that though. When it comes to meal prepping, really, my meal prepping is this. I learned that when I have leftovers, if I put those leftovers into like one big container that you have to break down into smaller things when you want to eat it, it never gets eaten. And so I started my meal prepping journey, if you want to call it that, by just making sure that all of my containers had enough for a single serving. So when I had leftovers, instead of doing like, I'm going to put all the meat in this container and the sides in that container, and then you have to like reassemble your dish, if I just put them all into those little single servings, so much easier to eat. You're only heating up what you're going to eat. It led to a lot less food waste, right? And so now when I make dinner, sometimes I'll make a double portion so that I will have those little extras left over. But I do have to say there's very few things that I actually cook for the purpose of meal prepping. It's almost just like a wiser way of doing leftovers or like
Yeah,
having intentional leftovers, but boy, does it ever save a lot of money. So it saves a lot
that's
of money,
great.
it saves a lot of time.
That's great. Oh, good tip on that. So hydration, just prepare to stay hydrated. You've seen my big water bottle, Bev,
Yes.
and I just love to fill it up and I drink that all day. It's a 32-ounce water bottle. Now, half your body weight in ounces is generally how much water you should be drinking. So for me at like 145, what's half of 145? Like 17, no, 73 ounces.
Yeah.
So I need to drink two of those 32-ounce water bottles a day. And it seems like a lot of water, but honestly, especially in the summertime, your body will start to crave it when you give it what it needs.
For some reason, I never have problems drinking enough water.
No, you were chugging like a gallon yesterday as we were sitting at the counter.
It's really funny. I feel like my brain is connected to like whatever it is that I'm drinking. And so I'll drink lots of cups of tea. I'll sip on coffee. Actually switched to decaf coffee because otherwise I would just be like buzzing all the time. Or water. So it's like if I have a jug of water out, it's like I'm just like Elizabeth and I will be talking and I'm just like
Yeah,
glug 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 glug.
yeah.
But I also love to put lemon in my water, the lemon essential oil. I like to put the orange essential oil in there, and sometimes I'll do a little mix with it. So I'll
Oh,
do some lemon, and then I'll add like a drop of lavender and a drop of peppermint. Those three together are actually really delicious. So I
interesting.
play around with my water, but I'm telling you, if you put it right in front of you, it's impossible to
Yeah.
not stay hydrated.
But if you're worried about, okay, do I drink tap water? Do I drink bottled water? Do I go to the store? It's just like figure out what water works for you, but like always have it present. So that would be my tip on that. It's just always have water easily available. If you like it room temperature, cool. I'm a room temperature kind of person.
Don't mind.
If you have to have ice, well, add ice to your water bottle. Like when I took water to the beach the other day, I just added some ice to it because it was hot out and I
Yep.
really wanted ice in my water. So there we go. Okay. Next thing would be daily exercise. And the reason I don't say working out or going to the gym is because there's so many forms of exercise we can do that don't include a membership at all. Like there's TRX bands. I
So it's
brought
almost
those
like
with me on the trip.
movement, right?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
movement.
It's
It's
just
just
movement.
movement. You know, like you've parked far away, like you park at the end of the parking lot when we went into Walmart the other night.
I always
And
park
I
far away.
almost said something. I was like, Beverly, why didn't you pull up to the front? And then in my head, I'm like, it's fine. We're gonna walk. That's probably why she's doing it.
I actually park far away for two reasons. One is that I can always find a parking spot there. The other is, hey, you get to walk. And the third is almost nobody parks next to you. So you don't have to worry about your car getting dinged up by people
Yeah.
who aren't paying
Yeah,
attention. So,
Absolutely.
I would say as well, okay, so when it comes to movement, when it comes to exercise, we just did this study, you guys, on Clubhouse. We were talking about how to rewire our brain. That is just, it's just wired for anxiety, right? Like our brain loves to come
Yeah.
up with little things that make us anxious.
Hmm.
And so if you are trying to get your thoughts under control, and I didn't want it to be the truth, but the number one thing that you can do for that neuroplasticity to get rid of anxiety is exercise. And the reason why I didn't want that number one thing to be exercise is because so many of us are so good at coming up with reasons as to why we can't move.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I can't get out and walk today. It's too hot. Oh, it's too cold. Oh my gosh, it's now raining. It's
Yeah.
like, I don't feel like it. I'm not motivated. It's like, oh my gosh, I feel like if we're going to come up with an excuse to not do something, that not thing that we're going to do is going to be exercise. But if you can get into the habit, I am telling you, your life will change and your body will change and it will love you for it.
Oh yeah.
One really good, so there's a couple of really good oils that you can use to help with exercise motivation. One, of course, is motivation. Says it on the bottle. But the other one is Raven. And Raven is
Oh yeah.
kind of, it's a little bit of a secret motivational oil. I cannot tell you why it works. I think it might say something about why it works for motivation on the website, but Raven is an absolute dream when it comes to becoming motivated about anything.
Hmm.
My other little secret too, not just for exercise, but for anything that you're trying to do that's hard, is to dive into the Mel Robbins one, do it like a space shuttle launch, right? So you count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch yourself up and spend just 5 minutes doing
Yeah.
it.
Set a timer.
Because sometimes that momentum is the
Hmm.
hardest thing to
Hmm.
get. And let me tell you, 5 minutes of walking at a really good pace is better than zero walking at a good pace. So, 5 minutes of
Okay.
movement is
You want
better
to
than
know my
zero
little
minutes.
one thing I do before bed every night?
Oh, tell me.
It's it's like the weirdest little thing and I don't know how I started it, but probably like 5 years ago I started this. Every time I brush my teeth, I have to do some sort of leg exercise. So for
Nice.
me, I'm standing there and as I'm doing my top, doing like the side leg lifts,
Oh,
with my
nice.
right leg. And then when I do my bottom, I do the side leg lifts with my left leg. And no joke, I get through 20 side leg lifts with each leg, and I feel like, wow, I just did a little mini workout before bed.
That's
Last
hilarious.
night I was doing squats in your bathroom.
Oh, that's so funny.
So,
Katrina Gray says that Vitality Drops really saved me my first 2 days in Salt Lake with
uh,
my altitude adjustments.
yeah,
You know what, you guys, another hidden jewel that is there in the Young Living catalog is the Vitality Drops Plus Energy.
yeah. No, I
Those
love
are
those.
phenomenal, absolutely
Yeah.
phenomenal. And you have like a ton of antioxidants in there too.
Hmm.
And it helps your water to be flavored.
Yes.
So you get
Oh
like
yeah.
that nice little flavor. Now, speaking of movement, sometimes it is nice when you can incorporate a little bit of movement into what you're already doing. And my mom, God rest her soul, she actually loved to have dumbbells by the toilet, y'all. So she'd be in there. She had a set of dumbbells that she would keep on top of the
That's
toilet
so
top.
funny.
And so when she would go in there to do her business, she would be like do 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 do, like just kind of working out her
Classic.
arms a little bit. She's like, I gotta be in here anyway. May as well work out my arms. And she did. She always had a set of dumbbells right there
Yeah.
by the toilet. Just saying.
Well, and the thing is, if you need to use something, have it available, like very easily available. This is slightly different than exercise, but I have a really good friend who plays guitar, but his guitar was in the case in the closet, and he would never play it. And I'm like, dude, you're a really good guitar player. Why are you not playing guitar? And he's like, every time I think about it, it's just too much effort to get it out of the closet. Like, okay. So I go and I get his guitar. I set it on his mantle. Like, he didn't use his fireplace very much. So I set it on the mantle and I opened it up. No joke. 3 weeks later, when I went to his house, the guitar case was open on his mantle. And you know what? He was playing his guitar like 4 times a week.
Sometimes you have to do that, you guys. You have to break down the silliest barriers. For me, if I want to work out every single day in a week, if I pre-select my workout clothes,
Yes.
I will be more likely to do it because all I have
Yep.
to do is roll out of bed, slide right into my clothes. I don't have to think about it, and then just like head off to the gym. Kimberly says, I love the lavender and lemon vitality drops. It helps my teen daughter drink more water.
Yes,
So true.
absolutely. Little bit of flavor in the water goes such a long ways.
Yes, great tips.
So you mentioned having your workout clothes ready. So we're going to talk about
Oh,
dressing for
dressing
the
for the
day
day.
and feeling good about your appearance. Because I know as women especially, and guys do care about their appearance as well. Just that fact of when you dress for the occasion that you're going to, or you even dress like for success at the house, then that just means that you feel good about what you're wearing. You may not have to get on Zoom. You might not have to do phone calls. Honestly, though, when I do care calls, I feel way better when I'm dressed doing care calls. However, yeah, go ahead. There's like this other thing that happens where I've done care calls in my pajamas and I've literally worn pajamas all day long. And I'm not saying you should do this, but it's just a thing. So yes, I've worn pajamas all day long and I've gotten like 7, 8 hours of Young Living work done and signed up people and got them new orders and stuff like that. And it's like, by the end of the day, I feel so good and I will actually brag to somebody like, ha ha ha, I did all this in pajamas today. So if you just need a pajama day, take a pajama day. However, I have talked to quite a few moms, and one of the challenges that they face is when you're wearing like really stretchy clothes, like workout clothes all the time, and maybe you don't put on jeans for a while, it's really easy to not recognize if you're maybe putting on some weight. Because when you're putting jeans on like every 2 days or so, like how your jeans fit, right? So there's those immovable types of clothing that we wear. This is kind of what I'm talking about just if we're constantly wearing like really flexy, like Lululemon stuff all the time, then definitely make sure a few days a week you're putting on your whatever clothes and just feeling good.
That's
And
funny.
I don't know, it's just a thing though.
So my big tip for just also just keeping decision fatigue down, right? Because that's like a huge one. Like decision fatigue that can lead to so many different directions. So what I like to do is I actually have some shoe holders that are in my closet. And there's one that has 7 little bitty slots in it. They're super inexpensive. Okay, little shoe organizers. And what I do is I will actually decide what I'm wearing during the week, kind of like you used to when you were in school, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I shove it in the little cubbies, and if things have to hang, I just hang it right by the little cubby, and then I don't even have to think about what it is that I'm going to wear for the whole week.
That's
So,
helpful.
do
Yeah.
you like a little Sunday reset, you guys?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that's a great Sunday afternoon thing to do. Definitely making sure the laundry is done so that you've got the clean stuff you need to start out the week, I would
Hmm.
say.
Well, that helps with that
Probably
too.
a good thing. Okay. Quality time with your significant other. So boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, but like children, moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, just making time for those people that we love. And it can be hard because families sometimes are the ones that we feel like we can blow off and be like, oh, I'll meet up with you next week. I'm so sorry. I don't have time to meet for coffee this week. And then 3 weeks go by and you realize, wow, I still haven't gone to have coffee with my mom. And like that happens with mom and I. It's really sad. She's got stuff, I've got stuff, and poof, we live in the same town.
Yes, yeah, it is. Now, listen, when we do winning the week every single week and we are starting to lay things out on our calendar, putting in the fun stuff first is actually what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for a number of different reasons. First of all, you want to feel refreshed, okay? So just because the summer has come to a close and you have decided that you're going to jump in and start doing your Young Living business, it doesn't mean that the fun just comes to this like abrupt stop, okay? It needs to keep going.
And you
Like
don't
you
want to
need
be
it
a
to keep going.
hermit. Like you can't become an unsocial person during what, 10 months out of the year. And then the 2 summer months is like,
Right?
all the people in the
Now,
world.
I don't have a significant other, but you know what I prioritize? I have a group of girlfriends, and we
Hmm.
actually prioritize getting together every single solitary week.
Yep.
And Elizabeth is in town this week, so she is going to be
Good place to
coming
hang out.
to our hangout tonight. And so I just recommend that. Now, if you don't have that social outlet, okay? I also recommend that you get on to meetup.com,
Okay.
okay? If you are here in the US, Meetup started a super long time ago, you guys, back when Yahoo was a thing. It sounds like a dating site, but it's not. So you can go on there and you can actually connect with other people that have the same interest as you. So it's like you can find a local knitting group, or what I went to is I joined like 3 or 4 groups that were for women who were like 30 plus or like 40 plus. And so I just went and joined a bunch of them and then just checked them out. And it was like I was regularly going to them. And then from those groups, I just kind of plucked my own people. And now we get together every week. So if you're starting from the ground up, because it can be hard, right, to make friends as an adult, I definitely recommend that. The Bumble app now has Bumble Friends, where like you can
Oh
swipe
my.
through and you can actually just look for a friend to go with.
It's
And then
funny.
one of my favorite things that I've seen, but it hasn't come close enough to my town yet. It is getting closer. But there is one there are new apps now that are group dinner apps, okay? And so you go on there and you say, "Hey, I want to go to the next dinner meetup." And it'll ask you some questions, just about some general things that you like, and it'll match you up with other people that you can like meet for dinner.
That's
And I
cool.
know if you're introverted, that probably sounds like the worst thing on the face of the planet. You're like meeting strangers for dinner? Absolutely not. But what's nice about dinner is that there is food involved. So if you don't have anything nice to say, fill it with something yummy, and then you can walk away that night and never see anybody again.
True.
So
Sure.
it's like if it turns out to be terrible,
Yeah.
you can leave. Your
Yeah.
your feet can just walk
You
on
know,
out.
something this year that's been really interesting is that a friend invites me out to go do something where they say, "Hey, I'd love you to join me because some of my other friends are getting together." I've met a ton of new friends, and like my friend circle has just expanded and blossomed because I said yes to a friend and then met 10 more friends.
Isn't that the way
So
it goes?
that's a great way to
I
do
know
it.
Elizabeth's only been here for a few days and she's already getting together with the neighbors without me. She just texted me the
And
other
then
night.
you just walked across the block like, "Hey,
Yeah.
neighbors, how's it
She's
going?"
like, "Hey, the neighbors are outside, so I'm out here talking to them." I'm like, what the heck?
Oh, good times, good times. Well, what do you think about reading, writing, and researching as being part of something we need on a weekly basis? You're so good at learning things. I don't know how you do it because you just randomly like pull up something, listen to it, and then talk about it on Clubhouse the next day.
I know she was asking me today, she was like, "What are you listening to?" I'm in the bathroom, I'm putting on my makeup, and I'm like, just the random stuff that pops up on my phone. But it's so interesting because when you kind of hone the algorithm, it shows you things that are interesting. And oddly enough, right now my phone keeps showing me things about art. Like
Hmm,
I'm learning more about random pieces of art and artists than I've ever even thought about knowing before. I mean, it's just
interesting.
that's like the upside to social media, right? Is if you properly tune your algorithm, it'll start showing you some really cool stuff. But yes, I will also run into things about collagen, things about sleeping well, and it doesn't have to take forever. It can take 5 minutes while you're making dinner. Just listen to something fun. Learn a little something new.
But hopefully everybody on here knows about the digital library on youngliving.com. So if you're like, "Oh, I don't know where to go to Young Living, go to the digital library. Let's pull it up because this place is like the bomb.com for anything you need. Young Living is putting up so many like really pretty graphics. So just youngliving.com all the way down to the bottom of the page. Click on digital library, go in here, and then it populates with like the newest stuff that's in here. Can you click on collagen peptides right there? Because here's what's cool. Yep. Go back now, just click on the picture because it'll take you right to it. You don't even have to copy the link. I learned that. So this, oh, okay. I guess
It's a
this is an
downloaded
image.
terrible one.
Okay, fine, fine. Um,
But you know what I really like though are like the little ebooks that are getting put back here.
yeah.
So like so for example, we've got the product guide.
What? There's a new product guide. See, I learned something.
I went back here, you guys, right after convention, and I was like, what is this that they never mentioned at convention? We do have a
Yeah,
20, if you don't know
sneaky,
yet, if you haven't
sneaky.
found it yet, we do have a 2025 product guide.
Got it. Oh, that's pretty. Very nice. Okay,
Yes,
so
you
there
can
we
come back
go.
here so you can even hit what's new.
Mm-hmm.
and look at
Mm-hmm.
all of the brand new items.
Oh, at some point we need to mention the Olio app because Royal Dream Team has a group on the new Young Living app, and this is available only for brand partners. So we'll just post in the Royal Dream Team about it later, maybe to kind of
Yes.
bring awareness to it. Okay. Another thing you could make time for or do within your calendar session, right, is playing music. If you can work to music, great. Play some music you like to work to. But for me, like singing or going to see a show are things that I put in my calendar. And so, like right now, I'll probably go to my favorite theaters. I'll see when their shows are. I'll see, contact some friends, see who wants to go with me. That's been a really neat thing too, because in Kerrville, Texas, not a lot of people go to the local Callow Theater, but it seats 800 people, and there's
Oh, wow.
amazing symphony concerts. 6 times a year, there's a symphony orchestra
We
concert.
have around here in St. Augustine, we have lots of performing arts. So we've got a college down here, and so there's always a live theater. We've got a film society. I'm a member of the film society, so we could go see some awesome films. And then we also have an opera.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you call that, like a place that sings opera. It's not an
An
opera
opera
house,
house.
but it's like because
Okay.
it's at the same theater as the live theater, but it's like
Oh,
a opera troupe.
yeah.
What do you,
Yeah,
I
there's
don't know
there's
what you
there's
call
an
it.
opera group, I guess. Just an opera
Yeah.
group. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Local indie
But it's
group.
fantastic. It's really nice. And let me tell you something too. Man, us women, we can endure anything if we know that we have a break coming up. I am telling you, if we
Yes.
know we have a vacation
Yes.
coming up, if we know that we have a show we're going to go see or something like that, it's like everything is immediately made lighter.
Yep.
Okay. So
Yep.
I definitely highly recommend trying to get out and getting and actually just having a really fun experience. I'm such a fan of just like the fun adventure. And so stick one on your calendar, you guys. Even if it's free, go hike somewhere, go walk somewhere,
Oh, totally.
but go see, go
Yes.
experience.
Like
Get out of the house.
at least once a month. Do a hike, do a concert, do a something that brings you joy, and hopefully do
Mhm.
it with other people. But it is okay to do things by yourself. Um, Here's a cool thing. Schedule a bubble bath. If you like baths, be sure to have Epsom salt on hand. Have some of your favorite essential oils like peace and calming, stress away, lavender. Get the Young Living bath bombs if you need to. And just schedule a bubble bath with you and some music and whatever else you need to be part of it. Um, so there we go. Now, if we keep going, let's see here. What else? So now we're going to prioritize the work and the non-work related things. Um, you know, okay, let's see here. Fill in the calendar. So I'm just
Yeah, we
running
talked
through here
about
to
that a
actually
little
see
bit.
that. We talked about that. Fill in the events and whatnot. Number 3, make a running list of things you need to get done in your spare time. Like laundry, cleaning the house, bathing the dog, getting a haircut. All those things have to happen, but they're not every week things necessarily.
Mhm.
And not every day things type of thing. Um, Number 4, like make a running list of the things you want to fit in as time allows. So this is kind of those flex time things
Ooh,
that,
cooking an exotic meal.
right? Why
That
not?
sounds fun.
You know, because here's actually something I told my boyfriend. I was like, Nate, because he works in Florida, but then he comes back to Texas. And so we'll have maybe a week together. And I said, here's the thing, we could go take a walk on the river, or we could call it a date on the river. And to me, it's just that difference. It's that slight difference of doing something special. So, like making a dinner a week special. Like either it's for yourself, for somebody else in your house, friends, whatever, but like make it special. So that's what I would challenge you to do is like make a special date time with whoever it is you want to, or make a special meal with friends, but make an outing special because we can do all these like things that either need to be done or we want to do. But wouldn't you say when you actually give it that purpose of like, Emma, we're going to go get a special dinner, then it's not just like, oh, well, there's nothing to eat for dinner, so I guess we better go pick something up. But you intentionalize that it's going to be special. And so it just, the people that are involved, their emotions get wrapped around like this is special.
Yes, I would agree with that. I enjoy it. I am a fan. My kids love, my kids think it's special like every time I make cookies. It doesn't matter how many times I make them. They're always like, "Oh my gosh, special time."
Yes.
So
What we haven't talked about is specific Young Living stuff because it's really not in the blog. But what if we do? We've got some time left to talk about like those specific things that maybe we could add into our schedule pertaining to Young Living.
Well, I think first and foremost, getting a really big focus on bringing new clients in. I think that that's really huge. And when you're getting back in the groove, actually, I mean, I love this idea of really planning your time and setting your pace. And so I think that one of the upsides to really getting everything on your calendar is that you'll know how many young living hours you can work and when you can work them.
Yeah.
And then the goal is, so let's say, so statistically, it takes between 7 to 10 dedicated Young Living hours every single day for 4 years for
Every
you
week.
to every week,
Every
excuse
week,
me.
not every day.
Seven
Every
to
week.
10 every week. All of a sudden we lose like all of our brand partners.
Swing.
Yeah. Everybody unsubscribes. Okay. No, 7 to 10 dedicated Young Living hours every single week for 2 to 4 years for you to earn a six-figure income. That comes from the 4-hour work week. No, Blissbrook.
Yeah.
What if he wasn't 4-hour work week? He's what?
Something in 4 years or something?
Yeah, the 4-year career.
For your career.
There you go.
Yeah. In 4 years, you'll
4-hour work
you'll
week,
have a
4-year career. Yeah.
There you go.
So that's where that statistic comes from. But let me tell you, it can be a little bit difficult to know what to do with your 7 to 10 hours, right? So here's the way that I like to break it down. So let's say that you have 10 hours that you are going to dedicate to your Young Living business. 8 of those hours need to be dedicated to going out and getting new clients. Okay, so what does getting new clients look like? Well, that's talking to people at a coffee shop. It's teaching a Young Living class that includes brand new non-Young Living members. It can include posting on social media so long as what you're posting is for brand new Young Living members. It is 80% of your time looking at and pursuing wonderful people who would love to use Young Living. Maybe they haven't heard about it yet. Maybe they haven't made a purchasing decision yet, but that is what you're going to spend 8 hours of your time every single week doing. Go and book an event table, like look up some events in your area, get some event tables going. I built my silver business was built on the back of event tables, you guys. So
Yeah.
I used to do 2 to 3 event tables every single week. And typically, if I chose the right ones, I would sell like 6 to 8 kits per event. And then I would have all of the follow up from the people who had given me their follow up information. And so it really helped to build my business doing events. You can do live classes. You can go into a business and you can host a class. You can also host classes online, but 8 of those hours are spent in deep pursuit of brand new clients. Okay, it's really important. Then 2 hours are spent doing the extra stuff. This is where you look at maybe building up more of your follow up, maybe having a team training, going to a clubhouse, going to Wednesday Wisdom, doing things that expand and work on your own mindset. This is also where things like I want to design a logo, I want to design a business card, I need to do my accounting, all of that should fall into that 2 hour space. But guess what, you guys? It is so easy to flip flop that.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It
been
is
there, done
so
that.
easy, right? To get lost in the follow up that you forget like that you just kind of get off track and you forget the fact that you need new clients through the front door. Don't do that. If you want your Young Living business to grow, sit down and just write out a list. What am I going to do this week to make sure that I'm reaching out to brand new clients? And that should be about 8 hours of that time. So as you are prioritizing what you are doing in the week, schedule your Young Living hours. The other side to scheduling Young Living hours is that let's say that you schedule to work from 4 to 6, okay? Your bestie calls you that morning and is like, you know what, we should go get our nails done at 5 o'clock. When you actually tell her, actually, you know what? I'm working my Young Living business from 2 to 6. So if we can plan for 6:30, that would be absolutely perfect. Not only is that going to help you to stick with your Young Living schedule, but it's going to help her realize that you have an actual legitimate business, that your business is legitimate enough that you are actually prioritizing your work hours. Oh, Janie says, for those who might not have a bathtub, schedule a foot soak.
Oh, yeah,
That's a great idea.
absolutely. Good idea. Good idea. And foot soaks are just very detoxing anyways. Well, you could do a detoxing foot soak, although I don't know how like relaxing that would be. That might be more of a health priority.
I do like a good foot soak
I
though.
know. They are good though.
Mhm.
Yes.
So, also when it comes to getting back into the Young Living groove, I would really love it if you would schedule in some celebration time. So let's look at your 10 hours, okay? So let's say that you are able to schedule 10 hours into your schedule to work your Young Living business, okay? And the way that you're going to do it is you're going to work Monday through Friday for 2 hours a day, okay? Monday through Friday, 2 hours a day. That is 10 hours a week. Okay. You can check my math if you would like to, but I'm pretty sure it's spot on. The
You
thing
got it.
is, too, you guys, is that what other career could you work just 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and have a six-figure income in 4 years? None. None of them. I'm going to answer it for you. Zero other of the other ones is the answer. Okay. So when you are done, so before you start your 2 hours, you're going to decide how you're going to celebrate at the end of your 2 hour session. And as you focus again on 4 of those days being about bringing in new clients, and only one of them being diving into anything else that is not bringing in clients, okay? So at the end of the 2 hour session, give yourself your treat. It doesn't matter how small it is. It could be like, I know where I learned that trick from was actually the guy who wrote the Winning the Week book, okay? Demir. And he and his wife are huge on positive feedback loops. And so they're like, their thing is chocolate croissants. So they would take a chocolate croissant and they would literally set it out, sit there and do their planning session. And at the end of the planning session, they could partake in their chocolate croissant.
You want to
Okay.
know what? I have a couple in Kerrville, Texas. So, church. Every second Saturday of the month, the church I go to, Mom and I host a business gathering for all the business leaders at church.
Nice.
And I taught Winning the Week. Um, like in the May, I think the May
Yeah.
session. So it was so fun because literally almost every week, this wonderful couple that I know texts me and says, "We're headed to the coffee shop to do our Winning the Week." And they do just that.
That's
They're
awesome.
following it and they're doing it
It's
and
so
they're
fun.
finding so much success with it. So it works. It works. Please, you guys, join us for Winning the Week if you can. It would be so much fun to have more of our Young Living team on there.
And so our goal for Winning the Week on Fridays is to actually do it in less than an hour, you guys.
Yeah.
So we usually sit at about 45 minutes. But that's just because we've added some extra stuff into it. It's like if you just
Which
get
is
the book
helpful.
Winning the Week and you just follow it, it'll take about 30 minutes. But we have added some extra stuff that just helps you think a little bit better about your week. I've added a couple of extra steps in there. But I mean, I'm telling you, from the moment we get on the phone to the second we click off, it's about 40 to 45 minutes. So it's like not even a full hour, which is
Yeah.
really great. It is a little overwhelming the first time you do it though. So you got to follow the instructions and you'll probably be behind. But if you will say, I am dedicated to this for a month, you will be golden. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
You
And
will do
can I
it.
share what I do? Is I have like a full, 8.5 by 11, might be a little bigger than that, but it's a sketch pad. So
Okay.
I personally use a sketch pad. And when
Oh,
you
that's
ask
funny.
the questions, so I draw a line down the middle of it.
Uh-huh.
So I'm only using half the page. And then like you ask the question, I write it and then fill it in, draw a line under it.
Yeah.
Write the next question, fill it in, draw a line. And so I have like this cool page. And for me, that just works. I don't
That's
know how other
awesome.
people do it, but that has been like the easiest
I
way.
use
And
a
I'm
journal.
actually keeping the sketch pad all year. So I'm not even
That's
pulling
great.
out my old stuff because inevitably, like, I go back and look at the to-do list and make sure I've gotten everything done.
Yeah.
But I think it's a fabulous testimony to using a method and knowing that it works, but also being able to go back and see like how you as a person have progressed um through the year.
Yeah.
So yeah, That's what I'm gonna be doing with
That's
it.
awesome. I just use a journal. I just use a
Mhm.
journal for the same reason. It's like you just kind of progress throughout the
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
So as you're planning out your week and it's like it's now your 2 hour time to work, take that cookie, take that whatever it is that's going to be your little celebration, set it out so that you're looking at it, sit down, do your 2 hour focus session, and at the end, celebrate. And
Mhm.
I am telling you, all of those little anxiety things that creep into your head that tell you everything else that you should be doing besides your dedicated Young Living work time, it will go away. And you will now look forward to sitting down and doing your 2 Young Living hours because you know that you're going to be able to celebrate at the end of it. Okay. Now, let's say that you have to smash all of those Young Living hours onto one day. That is hard. First of all, let me just tell you that I commend you for getting it all in on one day because that's going to be a long day. So I highly recommend breaking it down into like little 1 or 2 hour mini sessions and doing the same thing. It's like start right at 1 o'clock, go from 1 to 2. At 2 o'clock, you get your
Yeah.
special fizzy bubbly, right? So drink,
Yep.
sit down, take a little break, go sit in the sun for 10 minutes, whatever, drink your fizzy bubbly, come back in, choose your next one. Top of the hour, do an hour, go celebrate. Top of
Yeah.
the hour, do an hour, go celebrate. If you can keep that going, you will look forward to
We
your Young Living day.
Yeah. And the whole movement thing is like get up and just move around, walk around the house, do some stretches, whatever you need to do, but you definitely want to keep the lymphatic system flowing and everything like that
Yes.
during
And
our.
the sun
Oh my
contains so
gosh.
much vitamin D.
Yeah.
Okay. Us women, we are very, very often vitamin D deficient.
Mhm.
So go put your face in the sun. Now, here's the thing. If you're like, oh, I have 10 minutes, I think I'm going to pop onto the cellular telephone and go flipping through some reels. That's not
No.
good brain relaxation. That is getting hits of dopamine from social media, which
Mhm.
is kind of a like a cheap source of dopamine, you know? So it's like I love flipping through photos on my phone and stuff like that as much as the next person. But when you're resting in between, it's like, check your text messages. You don't want to like be out of the loop, but try to stay away from the TikTok videos and the reels and all of that stuff because it'll make that 10 minutes fly by super fast. So, like, go get in the sun, go put your feet in the grass,
Well, then plus
go
your
walk your
brain
dog.
has just been stressed for an hour. Then you say
Mhm.
10 minutes of dopamine and then stress for another hour.
Right?
And I'm not saying our Young Living work is stressful, but it's more like brain
Focusing.
focus. It's focused.
Mhm.
So think about, okay, your brain just did an amazing job for you for an hour, and now you need to give it a break.
Yes. Yes. And I would say as well, lean into your essential oils for a
Yeah.
great little receptor site clean off, right? Frankincense is fabulous for this.
Hmm.
I cannot say enough good things about the brand new oil, New Heights. As a matter of fact,
Oh, yeah.
I've already diffused one entire bottle of New Heights already because I
Mm.
can't seem to stay away from it. That New Heights blend is so amazing, and the Roots and Wings blend is in
Yeah.
it. And what's that other blend that's in it?
Roots, wings. Ooh, I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but it's a lot. Valor is
Yeah.
in there. I mean, there are so many blends. And then also you've got your Ponderosa Pine, which isn't even available all by itself yet. But you have rose and you have all of these very delicious oils that are for a combo of grounding,
Hmm.
but also perceiving the future,
Yeah.
right? And so to me, I mean, it is a very profound oil for me. And I don't know if everybody like, do you guys have oils that you smell and you're just like, it smells like my life purpose? Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Northern Lights Black Spruce.
I have a couple of videos that are like that. And one of them is that I really like is Inner Child. So Inner Child is absolutely revolutionary for me. When I smell it and I use it, it just kind of, I mean, it just does kind
Mhm.
of give me this little bit of a goofy edge, which I love. But with New Heights, there's something about it where it's like I can, in a very grounded way, look into the future free from anxiety.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like when you're planning, you get anxious, right? It's like, can I really do this? Can I really achieve that? There's something about using New Heights, use it in between, allow it to clean off those receptor sites, and just like let it go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put it under
So
your
good.
nose, sit in the sun, breathe in the air. So,
100%. I agree. I totally agree.
yes.
Oh,
Awesome. Well, all right, you guys. Well, we are already at 1 o'clock. I mean, that was
it's
an hour. I
amazing.
feel like it went by. And Elizabeth, wait, we know what Wednesday Wisdom next week is going to be because we planned.
Yay, we
Oh, Mia
did.
likes to use clarity.
Oh,
What else
yes,
do you guys like
that's
to
a
use for
great
your
one.
brain? You should
Put
pop
in
it
the
into the.
chat what else you like to use. Brain power, clarity. There's one called common sense. I know a few people that could use that one.
I just feel like we could just put it in a plane and spray it over the whole country.
Yes, yes.
Um, okay, so
Oh,
this month's oil and blend is gratitude and abundance. Okay, so in the spirit of gratitude, next week we are going to do the heart and science of gratitude. And we will be talking about the oil, of course, but we will also be talking about other ways and reasons why you really want to get into gratitude. And if you struggle with it, because heck, when we are down in the dumps, it's like you don't even want to be grateful. Like I've been there and I'm just
yeah.
like, let me just have a pity party, like reserved room for one, right? But we are gonna lean into the heart and science of gratitude.
I love
So
it. So
yeah,
excited about that one. Because that's a great one to get the fall started off with, I think, because we have a lot to be grateful for during the
yes,
summer. Like, no matter what happened in anyone's summer, I think we can pick those wonderful good elements out of it. And even be grateful for the challenges. There have been a lot of challenges this summer.
you have been.
And
Hmm.
Kerrville got flooded for one, and just even traveling, like as wonderful as traveling is, there's always those you've got to do your laundry and you only have 2 days home to repack and then leave, and it's like, but I didn't see my friends and everybody worries about me and blah blah blah, you know what, whatever it is. And so there's those challenges that always come along with the fun things, but even in that I think we can be grateful for the challenging things that we get to overcome.
Exactly, exactly. And so we'll be covering that next week. So,
There we
and
go.
our lovely Royal Crown Diamond Terry Seacrest should be back with us then, and
Yes.
it'll be a good time. So have a wonderful week, everybody. Hopefully we will get together on Clubhouse tomorrow morning, and if not, we will see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Friday, check
Friday, Wednesday Wisdom. I'll put the link up there.
yes, no,
So,
winning the week. Winning
winning
the
the week.
week on
Yeah.
Friday.
Yep. Winning the week
Yes.
on Friday.
Okay, join us Friday.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.